Hi everyone, I'm Bruce Schwartz. Thanks for the interest. Thanks for stopping by, connecting, guys, subscribing. Many new faces, many amazing comments. This is Beside the Sun. End of 2017, we found some amazing things. I've been using a crystal, doing some tests with the crystal. I'm very happy I am. This is a nebulae. A sun, the one that's right underneath it, could be thousands of miles away from it. We have some views of Andromeda, some views of the Great Nebula of Orion, and birthing stars inside the nebulae. I can't get enough of that, and I haven't shown enough, I find, of it. These are nebulae. Look at the nebulae over top, the green patchy areas everywhere in the photos here. All the beauty that's around it. You see these um, planets and stars were formed by both planetary nebulae and nebulae that form stars, and star formations form inside of these nebulae. We'll see later. The Andromeda Galaxy, guys, 2,500,000 light years away, and 1 light year is 6 trillion miles. Hang on. 2,500,000 light years away, and each of those 2,500,000 light years is 6 trillion miles. Can you understand that? The most beautiful part of space are the nebulae, I assure you. If you want to know where comets come from, asteroids, meteors, even meteor showers, they're all from those nebulae. Both planets and stars formed inside of them. The nebulae, the stars in a planetary nebulae or in a regular nebulae like the Great Nebula of Orion, the stars in formation inside will become heavy and expand, and once they're heavy enough, will fall out of the dense gases of the nebulae itself and create stellar winds. It will create drag. It will drift off to the nearest, biggest object. I imagine that it would remain trapped in its gravity, and for the rest of its life will continue to grow and expand from inside, of course, as it's going around this new object. And this changes all the highways, right? It changes all the stellar winds. And say to yourself, galaxies themselves can cross into each other, guys. Okay, spiraling galaxies, two spiraling galaxies can meet each other. This fascinates me. They can run into each other and never touch. Not one celestial object will touch one or the other, because the distance between all the stars and most of the stars in the galaxy, even binary star systems that look like they're one beside the other, are actually not one beside the other. They're very far apart. But all these objects can cross each other without smashing into one another. But what happens when they cross each other is all the gases react, and that's what causes the stellar winds and the beautiful colors that we can see deep in space. We can see inside. Look at all the objects. There's hundreds of objects. You know, what we perceive as being one star here, two stars actually, are actually 50, 60 systems. Because you see, a star doesn't mean it's one celestial object. This is not written anywhere. You know, Rigel star, I get a lot of controversy on that. By the way, this is at the bottom of the Great Nebula of Orion. These stars are feeding the nebulae, most likely. And here at the back, north side, from here in Canada, we can see these three beautiful, what looks like neutron stars, just ever so bright at the backside. It looks like a built object. And see the tunnels inside, or the paths, or they say it's dense gases. There's a birthing star right there inside of the nebulae. You can see it's red, red, red. How long is it going to be there? Who knows? There's more than one that we can see. And a pipe-like or towering object meeting up with another one on a corner here in some sort of a squarish-ish area. Another interesting view, and with the crystal, we'll see a bit closer view of the surface. And in this video, we'll also see the moon surface with the crystal and see some colors. This is still the Great Nebula of Orion. Now we can see here a star is literally connected like by an umbilical cord directly onto the star, and this is far behind the Great Nebula of Orion. Either it's feeding the nebulae or it's feeding off of the nebulae, because you see, even in other constellations in um, that I've gotten the nebulae, we can see that the stars that are surrounding close by and inside the nebulae, they're actually connected to them. So it's a thick trail of debris, meaning gases, dust and gases that are interacting between the nebulae and the star. And of course, stars come from inside nebulae. So this star, I believe, is feeding off its gases and dust because the star needs it to survive. Olson, host of WSO YouTube channel. See what he's getting up in the sky.